National health advisories urge opting for fare brimming with nourishment, yet light on energy to fend off persistent ailments. By this yardstick, the crown jewels of sustenance are vegetables, nature's treasure chests, delivering the richest rewards for the least caloric cost. Imagine a community weaving its daily sustenance around this green bounty, as the ancestral inhabitants of Okinawa once did. The outcome? A lifespan stretching among the globe's most enduring, a testament borne out by rigorous studies confirming their remarkable tally of centenarians. The age-old Okinawan table revolved around humble heroes, roasted yams, tender greens, kissed by steam, and soybeans sculpted into creamy tofu or soul-warming broth. Whispers of fish or flesh playing a starring role often ripple through modern tales. Yet the ledger of history, etched in records from the U.S. stewardship of Okinawa from the mid-1940s to 1972, paints a different scene. Among thousands surveyed, a mere whisper of their sustenance, less than 4%, came from animal origins, with plants commanding the vast stage, untainted by processed shadows. Such a diet, a verdant tapestry exceeding 90% whole plant fare, wields a mighty shield against inflammation and oxidative tempests. In the veins of Okinawan elders, markers of cellular wear gleam faintly, not from superior internal buffers, but from the flood of protective compounds sown by their leafy feasts. The harvest? A landscape of health where heart woes strike 6 to 12 times less often than in American fields. Colon cancers dwindle by 2 to 3-fold. Prostate malignancies plummet 7-fold, and breast cancer's shadow fades by over 5 times compared to Western norms. At the heart of this banquet shone a single star, the vibrant yam, painted in hues of violet and amber. Yam's golden glow. Since the 17th century, yams have anchored Okinawan plates, furnishing nearly 70% of their daily fuel. This earthy staple might hold a key to their enduring vigor. A sweeping study tracking 14,000 souls across China for over a dozen years unearthed a gem. Those savoring yams slashed their odds of an early exit by nearly a fifth, even when sifted through lenses of habit and wealth. Science nods approvingly. Yams rank among the planet's nutritional titans, eyed by space explorers for cosmic voyages and lauded for their value in a study pitting dozens of crops head-to-head. Among them, violet-hued yams rise supreme. These radiant tubers owe their brilliance to anthocyanins, nature's palette of purples and reds splashed across berries, plums, and crimson cabbage. Lab trials sing their praises. These pigments stretch the days of yeast, worms, flies, and mice, outshining rivals like grapeskins or purple maize in antioxidant might. Plain yams soothe inflammation in rodent trials, but their purple kin wield a sharper blade, mending brain scars from oxidative storms, dialing down swelling, boosting cellular renewal, and stoking longevity enzymes in lab vessels and rodents. Alike, in flies, a yam extract stretched life by 15%, sealing leaky aging guts. A quirky test dubbed the Blue Leak Assay revealed fewer smudged elders. Human echoes resound. Purple yam pigments nurture gut allies like bifidobacterium, spiking healthful acids in test cultures. A rare gold standard trial saw men with ailing livers sip violet yam blends daily, their organ markers brightening within 2 months, a feat unmatched by a mimic drink. This humble root's legacy might just ripple beyond the plate. Soys. Quiet-strength soybeans, sculpted into tofu and savory broth, delivered Okinawan protein in hearty 3-ounce doses, among the world's peak intakes. Could this legume fortify their years, Ancient proverbs tout greens and soy for wellness, and science lends weight. Soy's heart-shielding badge, stamped by regulators for decades, reflects modest dips in pressure and cholesterol from controlled trials. Yet the bean kingdom's royalty isn't uncontested. Lentils, pintos, and navies match soy's cholesterol-taming prowess, shaving 8 points off the bad tally. Unsullied soy, think milk or whole beans, claims an edge, slicing 11 points, while processed kin lag at 3. This prowess carves real stakes, fewer strokes, heart battles, and cancer farewells. Robust studies, pooling thousands, tie soys, phytoestrogens to a broad drop in early mortality, enough to bolster calls for its embrace. The salt in miso broth once raised brows, yet it sidesteps cancer links plaguing other ferments, and even eases nighttime pressure in those with high readings, an enigma possibly tied to a subtle flush of sodium through the system. Sea's silent guardians' ocean greens weave another thread in Okinawa's fabric, their frequent nibbling linked to a notable dip in life's final curtain among Japan's dwellers. Beyond mineral troves, sea veggies flaunt fucoxanthin, a tawny, shield, and porphyrin, a fiber-stretching model critter's days. Blood pressure bows to their sway. A month of 6 grams of dried wakame tames readings in adults and youth alike, with perks like soothed stomachs or banished headaches blooming. Unexpectedly, a sprinkle of nori or dulse meets iodine's call, safer than dairy's tainted bounty, securing thyroid harmony with a casual chew. The mushroom elixir fungi sprinkle magic dust on Okinawan longevity, with oyster mushrooms nudging fly lifespans upward thanks to ergothioneine, a mitochondrial guardian dubbed a vitality spark by a sage chemist. Among countless blood markers, it reigns atop health's ladder, its levels waning past 60 to shadow frailty and fading wits. Porcinis. Triple the dose of common caps, tempe trailing close, enough to tie mushroom munching to fewer premature goodbyes. Raw morals demand caution, but cooked fungi unfurl their gifts unstinted. Spices of eternity garlic, ginger, and turmeric peppered Okinawan bowls, each a titan in lore and lab. Garlic's lore stretches to Hippocrates, yet modern trials shine brighter. A pinch of powder slashes cholesterol, steadies arteries, and trims fat in weeks, outpacing pricier extracts, while warding off ticks. Ginger, revered as a grand healer, quells nausea across seas, pains, and therapies, its dried zest amplifying potency to stretch worm lives by a quarter. Turmeric, a golden thread, slashes DNA fractures by half with a daily whisper, turbocharging radical quelling enzymes, a boon stretching from yeast to mice and sparking Okinawan smoothies with vivid promise. Lean Living's legacy long-haul data pin peak longevity to a slender frame, 20 to 22 on the scale, where Okinawans landed, averaging 1,800 calories on hefty plant piles. This gentle shortfall, an 11% trim, fueled their vigor, though plant purity might outshine mere restraint. California's Adventist vegans edge past, their meatless creed pushing men to 87 and women to 89, outpacing Okinawan men, proof that green roots, unshackled by excess, forge the truest path to thriving years.